Howdy everyone, Poacher here with an Age of Magic video, and in today's video we're diving into Raid 4 of the Fire Gates and figuring out how to beat out one of the boss nodes. Now, Fire Gates is an extremely difficult raid due to the selection of characters you are restricted to using, making the boss nodes very difficult. And I am positive that there are going to be some boss nodes that are impossible to kill in one attempt, and it's just going to be whittling them down. But if we can beat them in one attempt, I will show you how to do it. So the first boss we're going to be looking at is the Balthazar Node. If you have versed this node before, you know that he is very powerful, as he can boost his barrier up almost 100% in the first 2 turns. So how do we beat this node? Well, this is one of the nodes in the raid that you can beat in one attempt, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So we'll be diving into this node with a full Dark Elf team, except for the Lay L. We're replacing the Lay L with a 7 Knives, so I believe you could use the Lay L if you want to. The 7 Knives just helps a bit more with clearing some of the waves before the boss, because that's one thing that has made this raid more difficult as well. These boss nodes have waves before the boss. You just don't fight the boss straight up. So we'll dive in, we'll use the full Dark Elf team. If you did use the Lay L, you probably have more sustainability, as there is healing for the Lay L, where as 7 Knives, you'll find his health depletes quite rapidly. But I beat this node. First time, all my characters still alive. We'll be doing it with characters at a minimum of 90 level, Gear 12, Arcane Star level 5 in the first attempt, and then the same requirements but Arcane Star level 7. 100% achievable with Arcane Star 5. You probably can achieve it as well with slightly lower stats in your hero, but that's just testing, seeing how you go. You'll see how easy this node is actually when we get into the battle. So let's jump in. You'll see the heroes we're using and how the battle plays out. So jumping into battle, you're going to have 4 waves to get through. Now, your options are pretty simple. You can, I guess, auto if you want to. I'm not going to. I'm going to get through these myself, which means that when we get to the boss, we're going to be quite low on time, but we'll deal with that when we get there. So the idea is that we want to go into the boss wave with our wonderful Drake's Fog Cloud up. So there's no real need to even cast the ability, to be honest. Okay, so now we move on to these gases. I'm not using my Azariel heal just yet because I've got the anti-heal on Lokia, which we just got rid of. So should be able to top them off now. Moving into second wave. Who do we want to go for? We'll go for the Tyros first. Hopefully lock him. Beautiful. And alright, wonderful. Get rid of him. Let's move over to, I guess Trorin is a bit of an issue because he's getting that healing stacking up. So we should be able to kill him. Yep, nice. Okay. I'm going to go for the Infernus next. He's the next big damage dealer on this team. The Eraser isn't really a threat. I'm not scared of the Eraser. Okay, now we should be able to top off our characters here. Just using my basics to clear this because I know I'm going to clear this wave without any issues. So we can go into wave 3 with our abilities up. Okay, wave 3. So our target is going to be the Abaddon first. Apply all our debuffs. Nearly one-shot the Abaddon. There he is. There he's out. I'm going to go for Balthazar next because he can just be a pain, to be honest. Okay. So ideally, I would like to go into the next wave with as much HP. Unfortunately, my 7 Knives is taking a fair bit of damage. Should be able to take out. Okay, so now we are saving that Fog Cloud. Alright, moving on to the Balthazar Wave. Okay, so we are going to Grand 7. Okay, we should be able to Fog Cloud in a second. There we go. Okay, and now he's going to start killing himself. So I've just cast your abilities. There you go. He took half his own HP. Beautiful. The idea is you're not going to be taking any health of him, but you do want to do as much damage to that shield as possible, so the shield is restoring, and then that's where the damage comes from. And that is it. That is the Balthazar Node. Clean and clear, no issues whatsoever. And mind you, a bit of RNG could probably bend you over and make you lose that, or make the fight a bit more of a struggle. But that is the first strategy of the first, well, not the first, but the first video I've done of the Fire Gates raid bosses. Balthazar, he is quite tricky. You could probably do him with some other teams, but you need to have that Drake in your squad. Drake is the key. Without Drake, you were not going to break through that barrier at all. Now, we'll jump into the raid again, but we'll try it with 7 Arcane Stars. But as you can see, 5 Arcane Stars works fine for you guys. Okay, now we are going into the same node, except this time my characters are on level 7 Arcane Stars. So really, all that should change is that the fight becomes substantially easier. Now remember, the reason why I'm doing it on auto instead of, or on manual instead of auto, is because if you don't go into that last node with your Drake's fog up, then you'll find that the fight takes a lot longer to clear. A lot longer to clear. Because if he doesn't use that ability first up, then that shield goes to 100%, and then the fog is only doing damage on that little bit of shield that regenerates. So we're going to go ahead, and we can't actually lock down the Tyros here, which is a shame. Can we even kill him though? No, we cannot. Now we can. Now he gets a double. Okay, now we need to take out Chorin. Sometimes it just feels like it's a lot easier to take these fights on with lower Arcane Stars and higher. Like this node, the boss nodes in this raid are difficult. They are very difficult, and you will find that you are going to be spending a lot of heal kits, which means if you use heal kits here, you're not going to have heal kits for regular R6. So, take a little bit of time. Just play the fight on manual, and you should be fine. You should be fine. There are some nodes that I'm still yet to figure out if they're possible to even beat with without having to use heal kits. What are we doing here? Let's take out... I really don't like how low my 7 Knives. I'm starting to wonder if 7 Knives isn't a good fit, or if I should just put Lael in. Alright, let's take out this Balthazar. Alright, we'll move over to the Angram. Move over to the Angram. Okay. Oh, we're gonna lose? No. Oh, I didn't use my heal on my Azariel there. That's my bad. Do we have time to? Yep. Alright, got a little bit of... Alright, no. Here we go. So Drake should go before... Beautiful. Fog. Beautiful. Alright, do as much damage to that barrier as possible, so he restores as much barrier as possible. Come on, put that barrier up, big boy. There you go. God, don't be shy. There you go. 7 Knives actually saved us there. He would have died either way. He had the fog on him, but 7 Knives executed him. And there you go. Another 3-star out losing anyone raid node done. So that is the Balthazar boss node. Dark Elves, I'm sure you could run it with Lael instead of the 7 Knives. I was just running the 7 Knives because why not? I think the lockdown can be handy every now and then. But as you can see there, he does lose a lot of HP. He doesn't have that sustain that having a full Dark Elf team has. I'm pretty sure that with Naja, their Dark Elves heal off their damage they do. So it'd be perfect if you could have Roinar, but unfortunately it's a Dark Raid. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I will answer it to the best of my ability. And wherever you're on the world, until next time, please take care of yourself.